All right, what is he on about? This is probably a bad idea. What is? What's a bad idea? Language Simp, link in the description, pinned comment, whatever the heck.
I've studied a lot of languages, but none have impacted my life as much as Russian.
You absolute troll. Why was the LGBT? What language is that?
None have impacted my life as much as Russian.
What is?
You see, the Russian language frustrates me and makes my blood boil. Not because it's particularly difficult or because it sounds bad. None of those are even true.
No, I think it sounds
my
good.
beef with the lingo stems from the fact that it's written in these alien, mutated characters that caused me severe physical and psychological pain when I studied it years ago.
What about Mandarin then?
Basically, when I spawned in this world, God decided to nerf me by giving me eyes that barely work. So reading is already hard for me in normal languages. Then when you add giant
I did not know that.
crabs, pitchforks, and literal numbers into an alphabet, it nukes my eyes. As in, it hurts really bad. Seriously, I used to cringe in pain after every single study session. So about 3 years ago, to prevent me from going mentally insane, I publicly announced that I quit learning Russian. Then I spent a few years being an absolute beta, drinking soy milk, speaking English, and paying for my girlfriend's personal training sessions with her jacked coach, Vladimir. But recently, I reconnected with my passion.
Hey, you know what? This is true, I swear, it's true. When I was living in Naples as a student, I was studying Japanese, I was studying Mandarin. I used to go to the gym, I know you can't tell. And what's funny is that my gym coach was Russian and his name was Vladimir. Guy was jacked. The guy was jacked. It was funny because he could, his Italian wasn't great, but I mean, he had the thickest Russian accent you ever get. But what's funny is that I would do an exercise. He would tell me, do this exercise. So do the exercise. So I do the exercise. Then I stop, and he's like with the curls, you know. Then I stop, and he's like, "Was that tough?" And I said, "Yeah." Then he would say, "Do 30 of those." The guy was great. I actually liked the guy a lot. Man.
For language learning and my dream of becoming the greatest language speaker ever. And I realized that being a little glupaya such wasn't getting me anywhere. I miss Russian. I love Russian. And it's time to learn it again.
I'm a little confused. Why does he have a Christmas tree behind him? This was posted 8 hours ago, meaning... what? I'm really confused. We're getting into summer, bro.
You're probably all familiar with the reasons why I, or really anyone else, would want to learn Russian, so I'm going to do something a little different.
Okay.
I'm going to go over 5 major reasons why I shouldn't learn Russian and show you why they all don't matter.
Okay.
Number 1, Russian is too hard. Rocks are hard. Russian's not hard, it's just annoying. Yeah, it's more complex, but that means it'll be even more satisfying to master. I live in the USA and should focus on Spanish. Pues sí, pero después de pasar los últimos 4 meses mejorando mi español, ya me siento cómodo en él y el ruso me llama más la atención. Number 3.
I love how Spanish, as an native Italian speaker, it's fun because Spanish is a dice roll. I did study it, but only for a year, and it was in high school, so how much did I study really? And the reality is that sometimes sentences, I understand them, no effort needed, and other times I've got a clue what they're on about. This was one of those that I understood, but as I say, it kind of depends. It's just how it is with Romance language. I'm too stupid to learn Russian.
I'm too stupid to learn Russian. No типа да. Number 4. I should learn other languages. Yeah, sure, but I can't bring myself to learn anything else before I improve my Russian. There are so many other languages I could learn
Fair.
for really good reasons, but this is personal. I've been pushing this off for too long. I need to make things right. And
It's a bit like me and Mandarin. I've been studying it for years, although there have been, when I say for years, they were not continuous, which is probably the reason why I haven't reached fluency. I think I'm somewhere in upper intermediate. It's really time. 2026, guys. Fluency Mandarin. 2026. Let's go.
Number 5. Russian is useless. Bullcrap. No language is useless except Dutch. Oh yeah, and I guess I forgot to say that Russian's probably gonna hurt my eyes again. Nothing about that situation has really changed.
You know oh goodness gracious, where is he? Where is he now? When it comes to the Dutch thing, there was this video that I reacted to. You'll find it if you write Metatron's Academy Dutch, where there was this guy who could speak Dutch, but he said that sometimes going to Holland, I almost said Deutschland, going to Holland or the Netherlands, he struggled using Dutch because too many people were good at English, meaning that a lot of people could speak English well. In the split second that he even mispronounced something, they would just switch back to English. I wonder if it's only something that happens in like capital city and stuff like that, major urban centers, because generally in my experience, whether even though that does happen in some languages, if you go, a good exception to that would be rural areas. So you go to a little town or a village, then usually that should be solved as a problem. But yeah.
I actually went to a specialist who told me there's absolutely nothing they could do to
Oh,
fix
no.
me. Woohoo! So I started scheming. Surely you don't need to read Russian to be able to learn Russian.
Well, you
I
can
could probably
speak
just
it,
learn
yeah.
it by ear. In fact, I bet there are a bunch of native, fluent Russian speakers who can't even read. What?
That's funny. When it comes to, oh, Russia literacy rate 100%? Is that true? Is that data true? That's insane. It's actually funny. But to be honest, you could use transliteration, meaning our alphabet, using it to write Russian. That exists, right? I mean, we do it with Japanese and Mandarin through pinyin.
Even read. What? Russia's literacy rate is 100%? What's America's? Blin. Okay, but
79?
even if I can't read like everyone in Russia, I'll still find a way. I'm built different. I'm Xiaoma NYC. I could learn any language I want. And
Before we continue, I'm Xiaoma NYC. I have to check one thing. What's the population of Russia? 143 million. So it is big. I mean, it's less than half. I mean, there is an extra 200 million you need to add to be like the US, right? What's the US population right now? 342 million. Yeah, there is a distant difference of 200 million you have to take into consideration when looking at data like this. But it's not like it's a small country in terms of population size. So it is still impressive that they have 100% literacy. That's crazy.
real talk, yeah, I can't see out of this eye, but I know literal
Really?
blind people, fully blind people, совершенно слепой, who still speak Russian, so I have no excuses. Although
Yeah.
tragically, I have sort of developed a Pavlovian response to this language. Whenever I hear Russian, my eyes start to hurt, and I'm not even joking. If anyone is a therapist, feel free to reach out. Maybe you could help with that. But whatever, I'm gonna learn it anyway. It's time
Yeah,
for
he said it's a real issue that he's, oh, that's crazy.
revenge. It's time I take on the linguistic final
Yeah,
boss.
do it.
Leave bets in the comments on how long you think I'll last. So yeah, I'll probably listen to a lot of podcasts, other audio resources, and I'm recruiting an army of Central Asian men to be my speaking partners. И как вы, наверное, знаете, я играю в CS-ку, но, к сожалению, у меня мало русскоговорящих другов. But boy, am I excited
How's his Russian pronunciation, by the way? Because I haven't got a clue. So if you are Russian or you speak Russian as a native language, let me know.
to finally learn the differences between words like говорит, да говорит, поговорит, иди нахуй говорит, and заговорит. And soon I'll demystify all the cases like это сумка, нет сумки, я вижу сумку, это в сумке, и так далее. And I'm finally gonna properly unlock all of this DLC. Один глаз на вас, другой на Кавказ. И сердце в Uzbekistanie. And I'll be sharing daily updates on my private learning community on Patreon. And right now, you could get
You know, that's actually a really good idea, not only as a way to push your Patreon, but I think I might start doing that because there is a section of my Patreon supporters that are there for the language content that I occasionally post. So maybe updates on how the journey is going with my Mandarin could be something. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in as little Patreon posts to let people, maybe one language post a month, and why not? And then a non-language related post would be nice. Let me know.
50% off your first month there with code Russian for a limited time only. And I'll post updates on YouTube as well, so stay tuned. And to celebrate coming back, for a limited time only, my ebook, The Hyper Polyglot Handbook, is available for $5 off with code Russian at checkout.
Very cool. Okay. Well, I wish him all the best when it comes to his ability to reach the level of Russian that he decides is the one he wants, which I imagine is usually when we talk about fluency, I would say it's, some people say B2, I would say an upper B2. You don't need to be C1 level because that's very technical / professional. You can be considered fluent, in my opinion, when you're a B2 already. But I think what people have in mind, so a level, when they say, wow, you're fluent, it needs to be something that it's impressive. And so for that, I would say at least an upper B2. So I wish him to reach an upper B2 in Russian soon, and hopefully he can work on this problem that he has for his reactions, physical reactions to the language in connection to the reading and writing. But yeah, I mean, if reading and writing is that much of an issue for you, you don't have to. You can just learn how to speak it. I know people that do that. I know people who lived in Japan for 20 years. Their child is Japanese, but they don't speak. They don't read and write. It's it's not optimal, but if it is a psychological barrier, I mean, at that point, it's better to just give up on the reading and writing the language if it's such a stumbling block that it prevents you from also learning how to speak it. Learn how to speak it, and then once you reach a decent level, maybe you could get back and do a little bit of writing, not too much. Or if not, just don't worry about it. Just learn how to speak and have a nice conversation with people. Anyways, thank you very much for joining Metatron's Academy. I'll see you on the next video.